Hey everybody, thanks for being here. This is Erica with EG Wellness Body and Mind Transformations, and I wanted to briefly talk to you about a little chunk about how to stop the diet overeating cycle, even if you've tried all of the things. Okay, so this is what I call mind mapping 101, and this is the nuts and bolts and the meat of how we actually make change. Okay, so real quickly here, you start with an event. It crosses a core need or a belief that you've had developed in the past, which turns into your trigger, right? We all have these feelings that we get when somebody crosses a value or a belief. Okay. We don't have feelings when we don't care about something. When we don't care about it, we don't care about it, right? But when we care about it, we feel it. So then it turns into the BS stories that we make up, right? We justify everything. We're really good at that as human beings. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just what we do. It's just pointing it out that we are very good at justifying things. And they're called AKA excuses, right? These are the habitual emotions and the reactions that are happening based off of past experiences. So then this turns into a conditioned response or a conscious decision. So the conditioned response is going to be that overarching 90% of our brain does this. It's conditioned, it's habitual because we can't take all that information in all from all of our five senses and process it 100%. It has to generalize it and put it into the subconscious mind and make generalizations. We only use our conscious brain about 10% of the time. So here, this is where we need to create space and start to bring that higher thinking brain into the equation. So more logical thinking, changing the way you look at things by reframing your thoughts like, I failed in the past, which means I can't do it now. Somebody yelled at me before, I've been yelled at a couple times. That means I'm a failure, I suck, or I feel like crap, so I'm going to go eat some ice cream now or a bag of chips, right? So we all have emotional eating responses. So whether or not you think you are an emotional eater or not right now, it develops as we talk more. So emotional eating really is anything. If you're happy, you're sad, you're tired, you're bored, you're hungry, fidgety, anytime you are eating for something other than physical needs, right? For actual energy and not superficial energy, right? Um, so this is a component there. So then it turns into an automatic response, which is the habit, and it turned into, and if you actually bring your higher thinking brain in, create space, acknowledge what's going on, get awareness, reframe those thoughts, then we can start making changes. We align the response and we program that whole process. Okay. It's really easy for us to be programmed into habits that don't serve us. Look at how easy it was for, Pavlov. We learned all about this in like high school psychology, where, the dog automatically salivates when the researchers rang the bell, even though there wasn't any food present, because they conditioned him to do so. So we work on the same level. We're more complex. We're able to bring in that higher thinking brain in and break those habits easier on our own. But it also can be a little bit trickier for us because we have a lot of these stories that get in the way. Dogs don't justify, eating eating certain things. They just either eat it or they don't. There's no feelings associated with it, except for obviously joy. I should take that back. They love their treats, but you get my point. They're a simpler brain than we have, so we have to kind of go at it in a slightly more complex way, and that is initiating awareness and adding in that conscious decision-making process. So you always have a choice. You choose between the red pill and the blue pill. We find the strings and things that we need to change the way we think and feel. And then it's a lot easier from then. And it sure is a heck of a lot easier than keeping yourself from eating or not eating any food that you love. Okay. This is the way to not do it, is to torture yourself. torturing yourself by not eating any foods that you love, which then leads to binging, right? Because anytime we deprive ourselves long enough from things that we actually love to do, the pendulum will right itself. So yeah, the yin and yang, whatever you want to call it, it's going to swing back and it's going to go back to the binge attitude. Okay, we can't swing way over here to not swing back over here. So this process looks at it at a neutral point and drives us forward on the path that is more natural than torturing ourselves. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can have cake and wine and beer and cheese and still lose weight without losing your marbles over what you shouldn't and shouldn't have, and being awfully mean to yourself. So this is in a nutshell how we go in and reprogram that brain so it works for you instead of against you, and still enjoy the life that you have in the process. Again, this is Erica with EG Wellness Body and Mind Transformations, and thank you for watching, and there'll be much more in the webinar.